Welcome back to the One Predator podcast.
All right, another episode of the One Predator podcast. It's just Carl and I tonight. We're going to talk about the hard side of coyote hunting.
Yeah.
The missing.
The swing and a miss.
The missing of shots when you think they should be so easy. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just right there. And nope.
Well, I like when we put it in a group text and it's like, oh, yeah, we've seen something tonight. And, well, what happened? Oh, swing and a miss.
Oh, missed that one.
It happens, though, because it's range, man. It's range, terrain. It's
Range to range. Excitement, adrenaline.
equipment
breathing.
malfunctions.
Yeah.
No.
Almost missed that one because of the safety.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's not.
really,
I
that
guess
wasn't
you,
a malfunction.
right, I
but
guess you can't. No, that functioned properly.
It functioned properly. It
Too
kept-
proper.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, the malfunction. I think I know what you're talking about. Over behind the shit pond with that fox.
yes.
Watching this fox come in. We're both set up, ready to go. You pulled first, right?
Yeah.
So Carl pulls the trigger and I hear a click.
Yeah.
Like, did he not chamber around?
No.
It was cold that night, though.
Yeah.
It was real cold.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I don't think you had a round chamber.
I don't. Yeah, I think I shoved the mag in and.
And then I was like, okay, well, I got the shot. I pulled my trigger. It goes click.
Oh yeah, it was both of us.
I'm like, well, I know I had it.
That was
there was definitely
early.
There was that was back in.
That was early.
Was that Sight Mark? That might
Yeah.
have been Sight Mark.
It was either that or red. No, it had to be Sight Mark.
I think it was Sight Mark. And then you chambered another round, or chambered a round.
Yeah, and he heard it. Remember, he turned around. and
Yeah,
ran away.
and I think that one went click too.
Yeah.
That nothing went bang.
I don't know. That might have been gummed up firing pins and.
It was wicked cold that night. It was
Well, that's happened
really
to me and
cold.
Rusty before. You put a lot of oil on your gun and it's cold out, and if you don't use the right stuff,
Oh yeah, it'll lock everything right
it
up.
just. I mean, we're talking. That night it was 11 degrees out.
Yeah.
And we were bound and determined, and that was at the other farm. We come back up in the barnyard, and there was 4 or 5 of them right in the barnyard there,
Yeah.
and we couldn't shoot by the cows. Remember?
Yep.
Because there were so many of them there.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
worried they were going to blow through the wall and take off in the free stalls. But we get up back in this barnyard, and there's 3 or 4 coyotes just cruising around the barnyard. And I said,
they know where to be.
right. And I said to Rusty, I was like, well, we're not really supposed to, but it might be far enough away. I think we'll be okay. We just had to try.
Right.
And then, the both guns click, click, and we kept chambering rounds. And these things are just standing there like, what are they? Because they're used to seeing people there.
Right.
And the workers at the farm don't bother the coyotes.
No.
So
just
they're
go
like,
about
what are
their
these
business.
fools doing, And we went through every bullet we had with us, and the guns were just gummed up from being cold.
Yeah.
And we're a lot more careful now.
Yes.
Now, if you oil them, there we go again. I remember when I cleaned mine last year, and it was 4 inches off after
Yeah.
I got done.
Yep.
And I had to go back and re-sight it because it takes all the brass in the barrel takes up all that space. The bullet spins
Oh,
different.
The copper. Yeah. Yeah.
Or copper, whatever.
It locks everything in tighter.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the barrel's fouled,
Right.
but it
changes it.
tightens everything up and it changes your ballistics.
I couldn't believe how far off it was. But so I don't even clean my gun like that anymore.
No, I'll oil the outside and
Right.
especially if we're in any type of weather or anything.
If you're gonna clean your gun, some of them are like that, some of them ain't.
Yeah.
If you end up, which you should take care of your gun, but if you do, make sure you're gonna take it out, shoot it.
Shoot it before you go hunting.
Don't. I think it was a night. It was a weeknight, or I think she was working or something, and I was like, oh, gonna do a maintenance night, tear everything down, clean everything up, and I just kept missing. And that was this year. I missed 6 coyotes, and I'm like, what is going on? I thought it was me. I thought it was, all this stuff, and then I finally was like, I came home that one day after work, and I was like, I'm gonna put a target out and see. And that thing was low and left, like it was low 4 inches and left 6.
Oof.
It was way off.
That was way off.
And then I brought it back, and then I started hitting coyotes again. It was amazing. Misses happen.
Yeah.
The center mass shots are always harder.
Yeah, the face on.
And, a lot of guys, like Tony, he talks about, he shoots a lot of his 200 and under.
Yeah.
Like that don't always happen for us. We shoot a lot further, I feel like.
We have a lot
of big fields.
Big fields that we hunt. That 200 would be a close shot.
Yeah. We love them when they're that.
Absolutely.
But, think about how many far shots we took last. They were far. A lot of them were far. And even so, if you start talking closer, depending on how your ballistics are with your round, you could shoot under them.
Oh, yeah.
Like a 223 goes out and climbs. And if they're 50 and under, you'll shoot right under them.
Yep.
I've done it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how did I miss that? It was, 30 feet from me. Pops out of a hedgerow. Well, yeah, because the bullets come out and then they climb, so you got to aim lower. So it goes back to your 0. So
yeah,
when you're 50 and under with a 223, you got to aim low.
Yeah. Well, knowing the ballistics of your gun, the round you're shooting.
Right. Very, very important.
I know we always go back to that, but it's
it's all linked,
I can't think of what I'm trying to say. That you're the fundamentals.
Yes.
You got to go back.
Yep.
And you need to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So we always talk about practicing.
Yes.
Okay. And we practice a lot.
We need to do more.
Yeah. Well, we've been I say we haven't done a lot, but we're right on track.
Yeah.
See, our range is one of my hay fields. So and we just finished cutting it and baling it the other day. So now we're good to go.
Range is back up.
And I can't wait to get out there, and you got to practice.
Yep. We need to do some reloads.
Yes. We need to get the reloading going too.
I got 30.
There's so many things.
I got 30 or 40 cases at home.
We haven't even had the end of the year party yet.
No, we're
almost creeping on the new one, on the new season.
Yeah, we're 88 days until the season opens up.
Oh, you're keeping track. Oh, that's right. You got a timer in your phone.
I got an app on the phone to keep track.
Just sitting around one. I'm going to get an app and set a timer for coyote season.
October 1st at 6 p.m. it's set for.
Yeah, so temperature, and then there's the U, the U in it. Yes. We go on stretches where we don't see nothing. Yeah. Towards, it's right around when rifle season starts here because there's a lot of deer carcasses out there. Mm-hmm. People don't find them. Or the coyotes do.
Or they're dumping what they don't want.
Or they're dumping. A lot of people do that around here, and I hate it, but I guess, they dump it not on their property. Right. Like, if it's on your property, I don't
that's
care.
That's one thing, yeah.
I find them here, and I don't do that here.
Right.
Everything ours goes on the bait pile and is consumed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, monitored while being consumed. My camera keeps taking pictures of the trees out there because the weeds are taller.
Yep.
I got to get out there and mow that down. Got another camera up out in the backfield. Hasn't taken any pictures yet.
No.
And I got one more to put up in the meadow. They're really not moving around here much.
No.
I hear them little bits. My wife heard the puppies middle of the day.
Really?
Yeah, I put the video in the group chat.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, that was middle of the day.
Yeah.
They were down here in the bottom, yipping and carrying on. So they're around.
Yeah.
They're just not
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, I live in a more populated area. I've only heard them once, I think. I think I've heard it one time from my house
oh yeah.
down by the creek.
So towards
South of my house,
yeah.
down by the creek.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not really. They're talking, but they're not talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just different here. I don't know. And even making hay, I haven't seen any. And usually I'm good to see a couple.
Right.
You know, one or two, or even the pups. You know, the pups are
It's
getting
been
out.
ridiculously hot last couple weeks.
Yeah, and they don't. And I'm a firm believer in that. You know, they're like our house dogs. They don't want no part of it.
No.
They
They'll
just
lay low. You know,
they just
move when they need to eat.
right
Well,
when they have to.
yep.
And there's tons of mice. Our hawks.
Well fed.
Oh my God! Well, we got a pair now. We went from one hawk that we were feeding on the bait pile. Now he has a girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
So as soon as they hear me start a tractor,
They're out.
they're here.
Yeah.
I don't know where they stay. It's so crazy. But we were bailing this the other day. They heard the tractor start. They were here perched. They just kept moving. They follow the tractors around the field. As soon as we start stirring up hay and the mice start running, boom. And this one, the kids were watching, and I seen it too. The one time, this thing come out of the field like 40 miles, or out of the air like 40 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was just driving along on my tractor, and all of a sudden this hawk just comes right down in front of me. And he hit the ground so hard. He got it.
Yeah.
But he was like really excited about that mouse. But they've been pecking him off, but those guys don't miss.
No, they don't miss.
Never.
Yeah. Well, I mean, their eyesight's a lot better than ours, too.
You imagine being up that high and just see that little
Yeah.
speck?
Rolling around in the grass, hopping around and whatnot.
We need a scope like that.
Yeah, right. I ain't paying for it, though.
No. No. God. Just sell a kidney. But
All right. You do have two.
yeah, I'm not giving any of my stuff up. I need them both. Yeah, I had a couple too. I missed, I don't know, I must have missed 8, 9 dogs this year total.
I think I was at 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I would have doubled what I shot
Right.
if I hit everything I
That's
shot at.
what I hate about the misses. Just thinking
It
about
hurts.
those numbers on top of your numbers that you come out with.
Yeah.
And you're like, man. But still, and like I've said before, we shot a lot of coyotes this year.
Yeah, we did good.
For where we're at. I am 100%, pleased with the numbers.
Oh, yeah. No, we do good. We have fun. I think that's the biggest part of it for me is going out and having a good time.
I just like shooting coyotes.
Yeah, well, I mean, yes, I do like shooting coyotes.
Even Rusty was busy. He only got a couple. There was room to
Yeah.
do more.
Yeah, absolutely. Always
But-
room for improvement.
And it's just, even though we missed, we still, like red light days going out there and not seeing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or and then that one night you actually do see something. And I sucked back then. Like I didn't pay attention to ballistics.
No.
Or I was running whatever ammo I could find.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I missed.
Yeah.
Oops. Right. But now it's like you try to stay more in tuned with your equipment.
Yeah. Like
The
yeah,
misses bother you more.
yes. Yeah, I'm running the Hornady 75 grain VMAX federal loads, which Tony doesn't even have. He has 80. He's got 100. He's got 58s.
Can he get you some?
I don't know, but
Oh, sorry.
I have 100 bullets at home for reloading.
Yeah, I know.
I have 500 primers at home for reloading.
I just haven't touched this stuff. I know. Like I told you, we got 10 acres of hay left on this cutting, and then
Yo.
I'm gonna take some time off, and from the farming side of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, the rest of the work's always gonna be there, but
And I think I mentioned it in the last episode. The one miss that hurt the most this past season was that one night I went out with Steve.
oh yeah,
And
That was beautiful, though, how they
Yeah.
came in.
it was just a single. Came
Yeah.
right on the top of the crest of that little knoll in front of me, about 150 yards maybe.
I can't believe the coyotes he's got on camera over there. That's where his bait pile is.
Yes. Yep. On the other side there.
Now, he had it must have been, I want to say it was a 3/4 inch rod that
Oh, yeah.
holding the deer down.
Yeah,
So
he-
he staked him down. See,
Yeah, he
because he
talks
does it in
about
the middle of the field, I tie him to a tree.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't drag him off. They bent that friggin' rod.
Yeah.
I mean, like trying to get them carcasses off, which is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
But- Yeah, they all hurt. All the misses. My,
The one at my uncle's, that was bad. I don't know how I missed that one.
right.
That was under 100.
It just, I don't know. Well, it goes back to we got to practice.
Yeah.
It's your trigger pull, 100%. You're breathing, or how you're holding.
Watching, I was facing 180 degrees the other way, waiting for that one that was barking at us to come up out of the woods.
Right.
Just peek your head. That's all I was waiting
Oh
for.
God, that
just,
was a crazy night.
just waiting for that thing to show its face.
We must have been there 2 hours messing with that dog. And then I see,
An hour and a half at least.
yeah,
And
because then I saw, you'd see it and he'd leave.
Yeah.
See it, like he knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Well, we got backdoored that night. That was when they came from. We had two come from behind us, and then
Yeah.
he come around, and I was like,
circled around.
yeah, because we were watching the ones behind us, and then we spin around. We're like, oh, there's one there looking at us, like, hello.
So yeah, I was on the right hand side looking right towards the woods.
Yeah.
And you go left, left, left,
Yeah,
left, and I
we had two on the left,
spin around 180
which
degrees.
you couldn't even shoot where they were, really.
It was,
It was
close proximity
Yeah.
to equipment.
right.
Like, it was a clean shot. It didn't hit anything.
No.
It was,
No.
there was some equipment there that we were shooting around.
Don't worry, his uncle owns it. It's no big deal. Go looking for the coyotes. I'm like, is there any bullet holes in anything? Like,
No, there wasn't.
they were fine.
No, the shots were clean.
Yeah, you got to just use your head. Now, so you can't go out there like a cowboy and just start spraying. That's how shit happens.
Yeah, that's how things get shot.
Yeah, and you can't do that. But
One other one that I can remember from last season that I missed, you wound up shooting.
did I?
Yep.
Oh, the first night.
No.
Was that the first night? The
No,
double?
No, the first night Rusty shot the one
Oh yeah.
down at the solar field.
Yeah, he stole it. Yeah.
And then I shot the one over at your place.
Yeah.
At your parents' house.
That was a great night. 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Well, that one. Remember, I picked a call. We're talking.
Yeah,
And
I
I
went
just
out.
turn around. It was a moonlit night, and I look out in the field, and there's a black spot out there. And you were talking to Chip,
Yeah.
and I
had
picked
gone
my
out-
scanner up, and I'm like, guys, there's a coyote standing there looking at us.
Yeah, because I had gone out to pick up my call.
Yeah.
Because it was the first night using
Yeah,
the
my
new
gun
call.
was out of the tripod. Chip's was out of the tripod. Yours
Mine-
was the only one still on
Yep.
it.
And I get on my gun and I'm looking. I'm like, where is this
Left,
thing?
left, left,
And I
left.
scanned just a little bit more to the left, and there he was, just sitting there.
Her.
Was it female?
I think it was a female. That was center mass shot.
Yeah, that was straight on. Folded it
You
right up.
stoned it that one.
Folded it right up.
That thing can go 10.
No.
That was a great first night. I
Yeah.
mean, we never shot 2 coyotes. That might not sound like a lot, but that's a freaking lot for us.
We've doubled up.
Yeah,
I know
not
it's
on the
weird.
first night.
Not on the first night. No, not opening day.
Now
That
I'm
was a
getting.
first.
Now I'm greedy. Now I want 4 or 5 a night. Like we should be. We should be pulling better numbers.
Yeah. We shouldn't be missing as much either. But
Right. I don't. Who don't like. I think Cousin Chip's got the best average, man.
yeah.
The best batting average. Like, well, he goes out less than us, but I don't think he's not missed that. He ain't missed that many. Like I got on the end there. The worst one for me was the last night. The last time we went hunting with
Yeah.
with all of us.
Yeah.
I should have had that thing out there. I mean,
the first one we saw.
yeah, I should have had that. I still don't know. I really hope I didn't hurt my rifle. I put the wrong ammo in it, and not like the wrong caliber.
No.
I just put 5.56 bullets in it by accident and fired it a couple times, and .556 is hotter. The pressure's more
Then a 223.
than a .223, and I really hope I didn't hurt it. But I've had problems since now.
Yeah, we'll have to go out on the bench and see what
I
it's
gotta
doing.
shoot it. Them targets are going up Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't care if anybody shows up, but them targets are going up Sunday
Yeah. Let me know.
because I gotta know.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're getting close. We're gonna be here before you know it.
Yeah. We're already halfway through the off season, so more than halfway through.
Even staying up late doing this is like affecting me.
I've been off this week and my sleep is still all messed up.
Tonight I'm tired only because it's been so ungodly hot and humid that it literally kicks the crap out of you every day.
Yep. It sucks the life right out of you.
Yeah. And then like I told you when you got here, I started falling asleep on the couch and I made myself get up and go mow the lawn. And
I'm not going to lie. I took a couple hour nap today.
well,
And I haven't been working either.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go.
Well, yeah, because you're on vacation.
Well, until tomorrow.
You go back tomorrow?
Night, yeah.
That sucks. That's why I'm glad I don't have that because I would hate to go back. Like, damn it. I don't want. Like, I just stay with it until the end and then.
Yeah. Take your time when you can.
I think tomorrow we're going to take some time because it's my anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So, and my wife hates when I talk about her around here sometimes. And she reminded me twice. I don't want to say I forgot, but like I don't know, I forgot. I got doing other stuff today. She's like, well, maybe we'll go out tomorrow night. And I'm like, tomorrow night? Well, you were here. And I'm like, oh, she's like, it's our anniversary. I'm like, oh. Well, I've been with her for 20 years, so
Yeah.
we've been married for 5. But anyway, yeah, the worst miss for me was the last night. Well, I'm just going to say the last week because I hunted that last week so hard, I would have killed my numbers.
Yeah.
And then I kept pulling. I pulled the trigger on one. I mean, like, yanked it. It was a center mass shot. So stupid. Like, and I videoed that one, and like I fired, and I was like mad at myself. I'm like, you idiot! You could hear me in my scope. And then I'm woofing at this thing, is running away, and he stopped. He was out. I don't even know exactly how far he was. It's 3.5. It had to be 350 yards.
Yeah.
And I just put it above his ears and tried, and he turned around and left. They had some close shots though this year, though, too. Even that bobcat.
Bobcat was close. That was like 75, 80 yards.
I don't like the close ones.
No.
The 2 in the tournament.
Oh yeah. Yep.
They were going to eat us.
That was when I left my safety on.
Yep, click. And I was like, oh, time to go to work. It's amazing how you tune yourself to hear the different,
Yeah.
like that. I knew something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even bother asking.
Opportunity.
And then I missed.
Opportunity was there.
And I fired, and I watched the snow fly next to that dog, and I'm like, how?
I could see it clearly in my video too.
How in the world?
Just to the right of it. From your point, from your perspective, it was just...
He was straight on with me.
Yeah, just to the right.
Them dogs didn't want to stop. They were just, we had Roy that night, and it was moonlit, and they were coming.
That was like one of the first nights with Roy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, man, we're using Roy all the time. Sometimes he works, sometimes he don't. Yeah. And it's just sometimes we've had that one Rusty shot behind the farm, Roy was out there, and that dog's charging, and it figured out that wasn't a real coyote, and it turned away and started running.
Yeah.
And Rusty shot that, I don't know, like 340, 330.
It was, close to that. And it was like the last second he had before that thing ducked on the other side of the hill.
Yeah. Like if you watch this video, it's like, boom. It was like, it was so perfect.
Yep.
But that 22-250 it's a laser beam. It's just, that gun is never off. And I say it all the time. I don't know what he's going to do when the barrel's shot out of it. It's got to have it's got to have 500,000 rounds to it. By now he's had it forever.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that'll be my next gun upgrade. Will be a barrel for mine.
you think so?
Go a little longer.
Yeah, it's short.
Yeah. I can't remember. It's 18 or 20. I'll probably go with 22 to 20 or 22 to
I think
24.
yours is a 20
I think I'll go with 22 or 24.
because my Ruger's short.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, so well, then you're gonna have to see how your bullets like it.
Yeah.
It's that's the catch-22 with that stuff. It's like you get something to work, and then you decide, but shooting coyotes with an 18-inch barrel, 300 yards plus with a 223 is kind of hard. Like
Yeah.
most guys I talk to about it, like a lot of the older guys, that have been shooting, bolt 223s at coyotes since they were kids. I got a couple friends, and they're like, "You shoot how far with an 18-inch barrel?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
452 yards.
yeah.
Stoned him.
Oh, I still can't. I'll never be able to do that again.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I still can't believe that happened.
That was a once in a.
That was far.
I
dude.
want to say once in a lifetime.
Well,
shot,
I mean,
but
when
that
when it's tiny and you're picture in picture, and if you got a pulsar, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When it's tiny and that 7 times magnifier, she out there.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember Pierre saying, "If you're gonna do it, now's the time." And I'm like, okay. And I don't want to say it was luck, but it was luck.
There was I think there was a little luck in that one.
Yeah. Well, then I put a 400-yard plate here, and I can ring it. So everybody can.
Yeah.
And it's, again, so we're back to, how far it, people talk about 200-yard shots during deer season. I'm like, God.
We'd take 200 all day.
Yeah. I had a conversation with my neighbor over at the farm. He's a corrections officer. He's actually retiring. I saw him at the gas station. And I was telling him, I was like, you should come over and shoot with us on Sunday, and this. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have some time now. I'm retiring or whatever. And we got talking about shooting far, and I started showing him videos. And he's like, how far is that? And I'm like, 320. And he was like, really? With a 2.2? Now, he's an older guy. With a 2.23? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, dude, I can't. Like, 200-yard shots? I'm like, that's a joke. Like, I love to. I would take 200 all the time, every night.
Yep.
I feel like it don't happen for us no more now. I feel like we're cursed with long range ever since.
Yep. I got to work on my 3 and 400s.
Yeah. That's a long way.
Because how many nights were we down on the road?
Yeah, the road.
That 400 yards.
That field is huge.
Yeah. How many coyotes could we have shot?
Oh my God.
If we were
They were 5+, 600 yards.
Yeah.
Watch them run across that back hedgerow, and I'll be there like, man, I really want to try, Josh. And they're like, but you don't want to educate them either,
Right?
And that what was so cool about that is like they didn't. We were calling that night, and they didn't give it. I mean, we got them to talk, but they didn't give a shit about us.
Nope.
They were and then to hear the one pack on one side talk to the other one, and then they start going to each other.
Yeah.
It was so freaking cool,
Yeah.
just to see how they were reacting and talking to each other.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was 6-something. I rearranged it, and I was like, man, I want to try. Yeah. 600 yards with that scope, looking at a coyote, looks like a flea.
Yeah.
Out there. That's a long way.
Yep.
And imagine the thermal guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is it real distorted at that rate?
With my 640? No.
No. I mean, you can
it's-
see the outline good enough to make you think if that was a scope and you had to make that shot.
I don't know. Thinking back, I'm not sure. Because once we spotted him with the thermal, I was on the scope.
Yeah,
So I
and
wasn't
I tell you what, he didn't look like no coyote through my thermal.
So, it's heat. Okay.
It's a dot. That's for me.
On the scope.
Yeah.
What is it? Where is it?
Good thing we had our friggin' sniper hog lights that night.
Yeah.
That's
you need them.
That is when you need your sniper hog light.
Yeah, when you need
Like
that.
the
that
stock
long
IR on the scope works great. You're gonna go 2, 3, 350, 400 yards.
I
Man,
don't know if it'll go 4.
you don't think so?
Mm,
It'll do 3.
Yeah.
I know it'll do 3. I've done it. But if you got, like you're running the Canon, I run the 66.
Yeah.
I love sniper hog lights. The customer service, we say this all the time, and I like throwing their names out there.
Yeah. They're good companies to work with.
Right, they're not giving us nothing for it,
No.
and I don't want nothing. But they're just, they're great dudes. Like, if there's a problem, you call them up, it's fixed.
Yeah.
And, you can't get that kind of, response out of a car dealership.
No.
We talked about that tonight, too. Warranties and stuff.
Oh, yeah, warranties.
Yeah, all the misses hurt. It's funny you start talking about them and I can remember them.
You start remembering more and more.
I could see them.
Uh-huh.
And it's insane.
Vividly.
Yeah. That at your uncle's.
Mm-hmm. You missed one that night, too.
Dude, we shot like 4 times. We called 2 different sets of dogs.
Yeah. I think that night there was only 2 shots. I missed one, then you missed one. And we're like,
remember
all right.
when I had my contrast messed up and I couldn't see him?
Well, that was a different night.
Right. And I'm like, dude, I can't see it. And you were like firing, and I'm like, I was ready to smash my gun. I'm like, my contrast, at some point I had messed with my scope settings and never thought to go in and look. Actually, Johnny was the one. I was hunting with him.
I asked you about it that
I
night,
know.
though. I was like, did you touch any of your settings?
I'm like, no, I didn't touch them.
nothing,
Oh,
son.
my God. We call these dogs. They popped out, and they were close. They were under 100.
And
You fired, and then I could barely see, and then I fired, and then I never turned the call off because it happened so quick.
Yep.
And then 2 more come out, and I'm like, Josh, there's 2 more out there.
yeah, I think I threw 4 shots.
You were reloading your...
No, I had the bigger mag then.
Was it?
Yeah. I had the what I have for that.
I think you had to...
I think I had two 5s and a 3.
Oh, yeah?
Or was it 2? Yeah, I think so.
You got that many mags for the Tika?
Not for the chassis. For the Tika I did.
Yeah.
Not for the chassis.
Not now.
No. I need to get another one for the chassis.
And there you have problems with that too, right?
Yes. Because I bought a P mag and not an MDT mag. So I had to file it in several different ways to get the rounds to feed.
Right.
Like at first it wouldn't seat in the
Yeah,
chassis.
wouldn't clip.
Wouldn't click in. So I got that figured out. And then it wouldn't feed. Or if I did catch the round, it'd go at like an extreme angle and wouldn't
kick the round up.
kick the round up and it wouldn't go into the chamber.
Sounds like my
So I had
Remington 06.
So I had to file it some more, which, it's a plastic mag, no big deal. But I took it up to Tony and I was like, I don't know
figure
what
this
to do.
out. You're the gun guy. Figure this out.
So, I brought my gun,
Yeah.
the mag,
Yeah.
some rounds, and he had another gun up there with a steel mag. Put it in my gun and it fed fine. Like, okay.
I can just see him,
What-
like, his head twitching, like, I don't know, Like,
So, like, held them side by side,
Right.
and on the steel mag, you could see that bolt was sitting up probably like almost 25% higher than mine. It's like, okay, now I have to file inside this thing to get them to go higher. It was a nightmare. I'm going to buy.
so if you
get an
have
MDT.
a MDT chassis,
Buy the MDT mags. Don't get a P mag.
do not get a PMAG.
At least with the Oryx chassis.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other ones.
I tell you what, though, that gun is sexy.
I love that.
I mean, if coyotes could see what was shooting at them, like that thing is like, it's like a Corvette. You know what I mean? It's got the wing,
She's pretty.
Right, and I'm running around with a Beetle, V-dub. I mean, it's just a plain
There ain't
Jane.
Nothing wrong with the Ruger.
No, I love my Ruger.
It looked nice with a chassis.
Right. It'd be nicer with an MDT chassis. I looked at him too. I was like, man, dude, but
You can go with that lightweight carbon fiber one.
It better be lightweight because I'm tired of the weight. That's the problem.
It's light. The price isn't light. But
Yeah.
the chassis is light.
Right, and like, I really? I mean, again, so it's like
Nah.
pimping your car out. Do you
Yeah,
really need it? I mean,
Right.
they don't. You know, I
If
don't.
you were for that to buy that chassis to justify it, you'd have to be hiking the mountains out in Wyoming, Montana, elk
Which we
hunting.
will go if anybody wants to invite us. I don't want to shoot elk. I want to shoot a wolf.
Just give me a year heads up so I can schedule my
Yeah,
vacation.
we got. Well, yeah. I'll just leave. I want to shoot a wolf. I'm going to shoot a wolf with a 223.
Oof.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
they do that?
Yeah, you can. I mean, why not?
Wyoming, Montana.
I don't know if they hunt them there. or what.
Montana is so beautiful.
I know a guy that.
Gorgeous out there.
There's a guy that I know that listens to us, and they hunt elk and everything out there. And he's like, "Man, you want to come shoot wolves? We got tons of wolves. You shoot all the wolves and coyotes you want. People will love you for it."
All right, let's go.
And I'm like, Like, I don't know, because, like, you ever watch them wolf hunts?
No.
Like, on YouTube?
No.
Oh, go home and watch them. Like, them guys, they get down in the woods in the backcountry,
Yeah.
and they howl to get closer to them. And they get, because you're in the woods.
Right, you have to have a close shot.
Right. So you got to get right on top of them.
Oof.
And these guys, I'm like, you guys are f***ing crazy.
Yeah, and they're like big time pack hunters.
Yeah.
So you know that you're surrounded when
Yeah.
you
like
see
this
one
one dude, he
they're all
slides in
around
it's
you.
this hillside, and he like slides in there, and they're like, we've been howling and moving up on them. They're right here, and he just mouth howls just with his hands,
Oof.
and these things light up, and I swear to God, they were 60 yards
Oh my god.
down that hill in front of them,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you guys are gonna just sit there? Like I feel like it's out of the Predator movie. I want to build traps.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
I
Be a little more prepared.
yeah. Or remember the movie The Congo
Yeah.
with the monkeys and the
Congo,
gold
yeah.
and shit,
Yeah, yeah.
and they had the little Gatling guns on turrets that were motion censored.
Yes.
Yeah, I want those. Like I would have put those all around me so something moves, it's getting mowed. That movie when I was a kid scared the crap out of me.
I love that movie.
Oh God, I remember
I loved
watching
it.
it and having nightmares about these friggin' monkeys and shit.
I every time I could watch that movie, I would watch it.
Yeah, it was
Loved it.
Congo
Yeah, that was a good one.
when they teach the monkey how to sign,
Yes.
and she takes him to the golden
the-
eye or
the temple.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. There
Gatling guns.
there was a
I got a floater.
large mistake made in that movie.
Really?
Do you remember the part where
Sorry, I keep hitting my mic.
all the like the walls are all crumbling down?
Yes.
When the rocks, air quotes for those, you can't see me. The rocks hit the water, they float. They're all styrofoam.
Styrofoam.
They're styrofoam.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you're 8, 9, 10 years old watching the movie, that's not something.
Dude,
you
them
notice.
monkeys with their messed up faces freaked me out. Jesus.
Oh, I love that movie. That was a good movie.
Have you seen any coyotes on your way to work?
No.
None dead on the road, nothing. Usually you see one or two right now, right?
There might have been one a couple weeks ago that I saw, but traveling at speed, I wasn't sure. It was just like a ball of fur on the side of the road. It could have been a pup. It could have been.
I saw a pup that got smeared.
Could've
And
been
I was
anything.
like, oh, that's a pup.
Well, that was. What was it? 2 or 3 weeks after the season ended, I saw that one up on 90.
Yeah.
The pup.
No, this was recently. I forget where I was. I was in the dump truck, and I slowed down
Yeah.
and looked out. It was in the middle of the road.
Oh.
And so I slowed down so I could look down, because I'm looking at it coming up to him. Like, that's not a coon. That's not a possum. It could be somebody's house cat, but it just didn't look right. It's like I knew it was a coyote. And I cranked the window down. I look out the window, and it was a pup. Man.
Yeah.
He got smeared, flattened. 6 weeks old, 7, something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
But everybody's yawning tonight.
We got a late
We had a late start. Nobody wanted to come. All you bums. They all listen to our own podcast. You guys are all bums. There'll be pickups and cars parked October 1st.
Oh, yeah.
My house will look like a Denny's parking lot. Another Denny's reference.
Yeah.
All about the pancakes.
Pancakes.
But these fools, we can't get them here to sit with us.
Jeez, now I'm hitting the mic.
At all. Pierre was going to come, but it was too late, and he was already in night-night mode.
Yep.
We just, we're not too exciting right now.
Everyone's chilling for the off season.
We've seen some,
Yep.
seen a few.
Seen a few.
I saw one last night at the fireworks show.
Right.
At my uncle's house, and I remember I was telling Josh about this. So it was bordered the farmland, so I took the side by side with the kids, and brought my stuff with me because we were out behind where the cows are and stuff. And if I see one out with the cows, it's over.
Right.
It's getting shot. That's the way it is.
Protecting your herd.
Right. So we're at the party. And it's on my family's property, and they're lighting fire. They got fireworks show going on. They're lighting stuff off. Kids are riding quads up and down the hill, full tilt, all over the place. It was great. It was a good time. And all of a sudden, like I said, all of a sudden I hear Cousin Chip yelling for me. He was sitting up next to his father up by I was a good 80, 90 yards from him.
Yeah.
And there's 40 people there, and here he is screaming my name like he was dying. I'm like, what is going on? And I look, and I just knew as soon as he said it the third time, it was like we were out in the field hunting, and he was talking to me through a headset.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just looked right to the field, and here's this big old red dog running right across where the kids are riding their quads, right across the field, full tilt. So I had brought my stuff. So I threw the tripod out, opened the case up. I didn't shoot nothing. And my aunt, she was like, not today.
Yeah.
No. She was like, leave my coyote alone. I'm like, yes, ma'am. So I didn't. But I saw one.
Saw one.
And he was running like he had bottle rockets in his ass. I mean, he was
when the sky
moving.
is exploding over top of you.
I'm like, Chip, where was he? Because they kept doing that. It was pretty consecutive.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't laying there, like chilling, watching these kids ride quads back and forth. So he must have moved. He must have moved in there pretty quick. I even had my rabbit call. I started blowing up. I told you. I had my rabbit call in my pocket. I started blowing up my rabbit. People at the party are like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Can't help it.
Maybe,
I'm addicted to shooting coyotes.
A few years ago, I went to a concert with some friends for my buddy's birthday. And I had my diaphragm in my pocket.
Oh.
And I felt it, and I started laughing. My buddy's like, what? I go, I got my coyote diaphragm. It's like, what?
What concert?
Dropkick Murphys. Up in Albany.
Jeez.
And it was like in between sets.
You were howling?
I let one go, right in the middle of the venue. Not really. Not that I noticed. I wasn't really looking to see if anyone
turned around. We got this one city we drive through sometimes during season, and we'll go down through there, and I'll roll the window down. Like, Josh, give me a howl, just to see what people are walking on the street,
Yeah, that was funny that night. That was late too. Probably shouldn't have done that.
Oh well. Making memories.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was like the last night of the season when the four of us went out and we pile in the truck. We start heading south. I was like, you know what? Pop the diaphragm in, roll the window down, yelling out the window. I was like, yeah, it's going to be a
bunch of baboons that night.
Oh, we were all torqued up, ready to go. It's last night.
I lost.
Yeah, well, we tried.
Yeah. I put 100% in that last week, that's for sure. Missed some, too. I missed close one there. Center mass pulled it. Bright night, by myself. I was on the road, calling to one side. The wind was good there, and they howled behind me. And I'm like, screw it, I'm going to go across the road. And I grabbed Roy out of the truck at that point, because that field is so big. And I put him out there, and he worked, man. That thing come out, and it was 100 yards from me, 103, 104, I think. And I shot at it center mass. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Right at the last second, I pulled that trigger. I watched that barrel go whomp right to the left.
Are we going to get him wrapped?
Oh, in a fur.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's on board.
All right.
She's on board.
We got to get him over there.
That is like, I know.
Time's a ticking.
It's funny you mentioned that because I don't know why I texted her the other day. I haven't talked to her in a while. And I think
we got to get her on here.
Yeah, she's just busy with her cows and her job, but I think I forget why I texted her. Anyway, we started talking. Oh, the coyote chair.
Oh, I'm sure everyone's seen it on Facebook.
So on
by
Facebook,
now.
there's a picture of this chair that's wrapped in coyotes with the two heads for the
Yes.
armrest.
The
So I
feet
sent
on the
that to
legs.
my taxidermist, to our fur girl, and I was like, "Listen, I know it's late. Sorry to bother you, but I don't know how to tell you this, but you're gonna have to make this for me." And she replies back, "I'm watching the dots, you know."
Yeah.
She was, absolutely. I'm in. I'm in. She's like, just pick out which one. I have all your furs from last year.
Yeah.
I was like, but here's the thing. I need a recliner.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want no fixed back chair. I want a recliner wrapped in coyote fur.
I know,
And
so-
she's down with it.
Yeah. We put it in. I was going to say we put it in the podcast room when we get it built.
Yeah. She's down with it. So, we got to talking, and I think. Well, I don't know if my blondie's done yet, but I know my turkey's almost done. What are you looking for? You lose your mind there?
Drop my twist tie.
You're fidgeting.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
That's what I do.
Yeah, we gotta tie your hands down. I tried to get her to come on, but she's just still busy. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
We go from coyote season, and she's skinning and doing furs, and then like Stacy from DC. Oh, good. Wow, this is gonna sound terrible. We're all yawning like a bunch of babies. She's got a camp up north. She's boating and doing her thing.
Yep.
So it's tough during season. They're all busy. We're busy.
Right.
During all season, they're all busy. We're busy.
Mm-hmm.
It just never ends. It never ends.
Yeah.
I don't think.
We'll figure something out.
How many did you miss this year? 4, 5?
6 or 7, I think.
I'm trying to remember what the other ones were.
Me too.
Oh, behind the farm.
Yep. That was one.
Yep.
Was there
Oh,
one?
when your headset wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, I said it on the left. And I'm like, man, I didn't hear nothing. I had turned around. We were at the end of the stand. I turned around to go talk to Rusty as he was on the right, and I was in the middle, Josh on the left. And then all of a sudden, boom, the gun goes off. And I was like, oh, my God, what is going on? And I had my scanner. Obviously, it was in my pouch in my chest bag. And I pick it up, and I seen the dog running away.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There was that
I still don't believe. I can't believe that wasn't
the one with the double on the road. Not on the we're not hunting on the road.
No.
It's just
no.
the road.
No, we
that
call it the
hunt.
road. It's the spot.
Because we hunt pretty much the entire
The
road.
whole road. I love that. I can't believe how that has blossomed.
The farm, the one down south,
I feel like I should
2
know
at my
them.
uncle's. So that's 5.
Oh,
5
yeah.
nights. The
Yeah.
one was a double, maybe a quad.
Right.
So, I mean, 6, 7, 8. I don't know.
No, I'm banging into stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The misses, they hurt so bad sometimes.
They do. Well, I went up.
Well, because you know better.
Yeah. I went up and saw Tony today, and we were talking, reminiscing of the season and everything.
Yeah.
And,
He loves doing that.
yep. He'll talk your ear off for hours. But he was saying about how he started hunting with one of his buddies, and he missed one. He goes, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Goes, "Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Get in the truck."
Yeah, don't let it in your head.
Don't let it get in
Because
your
it
head.
does that to
because
me, and it screws me for the
you'll
rest of the
just
night.
start missing everything.
Yep.
And
It's not.
Think
It's
they
not.
went-
There's nothing wrong with your stuff. Well, there shouldn't be.
yeah,
Sometimes.
he said he went another stand or two, shot a bobcat and a coyote. You're like, all right, come on, let's go, another one. Or there was a fox in there. I don't know, but just pick yourself up, brush yourself off, get on to the next one.
Yep. Don't let it beat yourself up about it. That's.
Yeah.
And I'm really hard on myself when I miss. I hate it because I know I can shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an Olympian by no means, but I know I can shoot. I know my equipment. I know what I'm doing. And then sometimes you just get so excited that you just mess up.
Yeah.
And I hate doing that. Mainly because I'm just so competitive, I think. And it's nothing against everybody. Like, we make a joke out of it. It's a good time.
Yeah, no, it's friendly competition.
Yes.
There's
I'm just real competitive. I can't help it.
that's nothing wrong with that.
I used to race Rusty with the safeties, and now that's why. What are you doing over there? He'd be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, what are you doing? Don't worry about what I'm doing."
Calls out, safety's off.
Yeah. And I thought about that. We talked about it in here. People probably think we're crazy. It's 100% safe.
No, that is our number one.
Because some guys don't do that,
It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Right. Because I've commented on the Predator pages where I've seen where they've had coyotes hear them click their... Because a lot of them guys, out in the free states run ARs.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, they hear... And I'm like, well, we turn them off. I'm like, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, don't you think that's dangerous?
Your finger's not on the trigger till you're ready to pull.
Right. That don't have a brain for itself. Do I think it's dangerous? No. No. And I feel like I listen to our podcast and I feel like sometimes we say stuff that comes off, how am I trying to say, like out of context or, not the way it should be.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not a bunch of cowboys out there pointing rifles at each other. It's just not,
No.
we talk about when we tell somebody or you're getting a call and I say lay down, it's not like that, and I know it like comes across maybe like that, but I turn my safety off and my gun's in the tripod. So.
Yeah. Like we've said it before. Once calls out, everyone's behind their gun.
Yeah. You got to know your guys you're hunting with too, and it's like a well-oiled machine.
Oh, we've been doing this 8-9 years now,
Yeah.
going on 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
It's we know where we are.
I wonder if we're gonna be like 80 years old recording podcasts in my kitchen. Like, oh, my day.
still shooting coyotes.
As long as they don't take it away from us and we can still move. I'm excited to get the kids out as they start getting older and hopefully get some kids involved.
My son seems like he wants to.
Yeah.
So
you gotta start taking them out in the dark.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll see how he is when we get him out in the dark.
Like
he listens to this too. So.
Oh, he does?
Oh, yeah.
Again, last night with the kids coming back from the party, we took the side-by-side. I grew up in them woods back there. I know every inch of those woods. You could drop me out of a helicopter, and I'll know right where I am. And we're coming through there, and mine were terrified. And I'm like, you
young.
kid.
You're young.
Yeah, they are young, but we were that young, man.
Oh,
I mean, everybody's like, oh, it's different times now. And I'm like, yeah, but, I'm pretty hard on my kids, but that's so they grow up to be good people.
Yes.
That's why you are hard on your children. That's why my father was hard on me. And they were terrified. And I'm like, listen, I'll shut these lights off right now. Sit here in the dark, guys. We do this all the time.
Yeah.
There's nothing out here. A lot of it is what they watch on TV. It messes with their head. And that's why I take the TV remotes away. They, they got to get over that. And you remember how nervous we were out in the dark?
Yes.
Like in the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
It's like heebie-jeebies, man. It's like, ugh.
I think I talked about it before on here. The one night that freaked me out the most was when we were in your cousin's stand behind the farm. and that fog kept rolling in and out.
Yeah.
And although I don't know what it was about that night.
Yeah.
If it was because we were in the stand and we could only see so much in
Right.
front of us.
You don't know what's going on. I've had nights where I'm
That
freaked
was-
out. And I've been with Rusty and be like, man, I'm just freaked out right now.
Yeah, that was.
I keep turning around. He's like, what are you turning around for? What's going on? I'm like, I'm having a night where I got the jitters, or I'm just freaked out. Like
Yeah.
everything I hear is like triggering me. And there's no boogeyman, I'm not scared of the dark. I just sometimes.
Yeah, you just
So
get
to take the
uneasy-
kids out and-
uneasy feeling.
Well, that's what I feel like is going to be the hardest
Yeah,
about teaching the kids. And I hope all of our kids do it. I hope they keep
yeah.
going.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't foresee my daughter doing it.
no.
No, but I think I can get my boy out.
You have to build them another. Well, you got them a rifle. You
Yeah.
just got to put a scope on it.
I threw my old Nikon on it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it's a fixed,
Oh, no power.
no
adjustment.
zoom or anything. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
We'll get him.
He's got to shoot it.
I got to get him to shoot it. Yeah.
243 is not. I mean, it's not a huge gun for a kid, but it's a big gun for a kid.
He's taller than me now.
Oh,
He ain't,
Well, that sucks.
He ain't a little kid.
yeah. Like we started with 243s. The one I have. Some kids start with a 222 or a 2506. Oh, I want a 2506 so bad, and put a coyote scope on. Another old cow. It's a 30 cal. It's a 3006 cartridge with a 22 mag. That thing is cooking.
Yeah. I think if and when I get there, because that was another thing I talked to Tony about today, like, what we're doing for next year, if we're upgrading anything or whatever. And he's like, I was thinking about getting another rifle. I was like, why?
Yeah.
What you have works. You're comfortable with it. You don't have to go through 8 boxes of ammo.
I have multiple rifles. I'm going to tell you, I don't switch.
No. So
Maybe, well, I did a couple times, but
if and when the day comes for me to get another coyote rifle, it might be a 22-250.
I want a 2506,
Yeah.
which is an old cartridge and hard to find. So I was on Gunbroker looking. They got them. They're wood guns,
Yeah.
But 2506, man, I'm telling you, that was like, if you go back, like 223, a 222, a 2506, a 243, those are your kind of go-to coyote guns forever now.
Yeah.
So, and nobody, I don't think, and that goes back to like what we talked about with Pierre with that lever action. Nobody hunts with a 2506. I want to be that guy.
Yeah, not that I know of.
Right. That's
There might be someone out there, but
right. It probably is older. It's a great cartridge. They're proven cartridges that just they're light, so they kind of get flung by the wayside. But
yeah.
and then everybody shoots a 243 because you can hit them in the foot and kill them.
Okay, give me
No,
the
I mean you
ones.
got to have some skill with a 243.
No,
too.
it's there. No,
That's
it
just a
doesn't-
joke.
I know. Unless you're, 300 Win Mag or 338 Lapua, where you hit him in the tail and half the coyote disappears.
We never did the 50 thing, and that's
No.
gonna happen.
We gotta get Steve on board.
That's
he
gonna
was on
happen.
board. We just gotta get.
Oh
him,
yeah, we just ran out of time, man. We
Yeah.
were.
We gotta get him nailed down one night when he's got it. And
Well, the bait pile, we got everything in place now. Every year we get a little better
Yep.
with everything, with our equipment, with our setups, with our spots, with our everything. So we got bait piles that are set up. Mine still has a camera on it, no bait, but like now we can start early and be more prepared
right.
for our crazy ideas,
Mm-hmm.
like shooting a coyote with a 50. Got to try it.
We'll do it.
You don't even got it. If you miss them, you can't miss. But yeah, I don't. I don't want to have any misses.
No, I'm over it.
We ain't even started. You're already over it.
Yeah, hurts too much.
I just get so mad at my.
There were nights, dude. When I
That night with Steve, I remember how mad you were.
Yeah.
Because you guys came here and met up with me. Because I had the kids.
Yep.
And they were. You just. It's not. You're just disappointed.
Yeah.
Because you put so much into this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We practice. We
It's
have equipment, calls, and rifles, and time away from our families. It's fun time away. But and then when you work so hard. Well, we in the beginning we never saw nothing.
No.
Now we see stuff.
Yeah.
And you work so hard to get to that point, to learn. You can watch all the videos you want on YouTube. You can listen to 1,000 podcasts. The only way to really get it is to go do it.
Yes.
And you are going to fail. It's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
And it's
We've been sitting here talking about it all night.
we've failed a bunch to get where we're at now. And there's guys out there local that I'm pretty sure they listen to us. If they don't, they should. That are do way more than we do.
Yeah.
With numbers. We're like the little kids of the group.
Right.
But they don't do podcasts. So I think there's we're hard on ourselves, but imagine being those guys.
Yeah.
That have the equipment they have and the money they have into it. We got money into it. They got money into it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe one day.
Right. We're gonna have a Hummer. I always talk about it. I'm looking for somebody to get me an H1. I don't have any money. It's gonna have to be a gift, but I will love it like my own. See that one chipset in the group?
Yeah.
That thing is pimp.
Yeah, but for the money, it's insane.
Who would pay that much? This Hummer was decked out. I don't like the gloss black.
No,
I like the setup. It's the right model.
Yeah, it's got to be matte.
It's got to be flat. And it was the inside was all flashied up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't need all that.
I want the bare bones steel interior. We're going to beat it up, get it covered in mud.
That's the thing. We're not cross country tripping this
No.
thing. We're going 15, 20 minutes, jumping out of the truck, standing for 45 minutes, getting back in, going another 10,
And it's just a
15
cool
minutes. Factor.
factor.
Yeah.
We've coyote hunted in my wife's Traverse. You know what I mean?
My HRV.
Yeah, right, because we didn't have nothing else. It's just a cool factor. We don't need. It's not going to make us shoot. Maybe it'll make us shoot more coyotes. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
But I want one.
Yeah.
Kids come first.
Yep.
So.
What do you say?
Yeah.
We're
tired. We want to. So we're gonna apologize tonight. We're. I don't know what it's got to be the heat. Everybody smoked today. Nobody wanted to come record. We just diehards.
Yep.
I do want to say we have a YouTube channel. We always say look us up on YouTube.
Yes.
But we want to do YouTube lives.
Yeah.
And we are fully set up for it now.
We did a test earlier this week.
Yep.
And
Is that One Predator Hunts?
One Predator Hunts?
One Predator Hunts on YouTube. They will be later in the evening.
Yeah, it'll be
Eastern time.
Yep. So it'll be probably, I would say,
10.
Around 10
Right.
figure.
But the problem is, guys, we only got 8 subscribers on YouTube. We need a little more than that.
Yes.
And we're going to work on figuring out how to tie in our audio and do a Facebook Live, maybe. That'd be cool.
Well, if you can get me as admin.
Right. I got to add you as an admin.
We can
on the
do
page.
it through the laptop, just like I did with YouTube.
Oh, okay.
It'll be the
same.
same.
It's easy fix.
Yeah.
But we want to do some lives and
get you guys involved.
Yeah,
live.
right.
If
So
you have questions you want to ask us,
tell us we're wrong.
Say we're idiots.
Yeah.
You're doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Coyotes are beautiful creatures. Wow.
Yeah.
How could
What
you shoot them?
am I trying to say there? We're We do what's necessary. So, like, yeah, if you want to bash on us, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. I won't take as kindly to that as the compliments and questions. But
Right, yeah. And I'm pretty easy
everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Right. And yes, I'm a firm believer in that. And I'm pretty easy to fire up. So, you know what? Maybe you should sit this one out. You know, we don't, you guys, but what I want to get
I'll
at.
cut his mic off. You won't be able to hear him.
Yeah, what I really wanted to get at all is just that you go over on YouTube,
Yeah.
set up an account.
Even if you listen to the podcast somewhere else,
Yes, it's just
subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way, if and when we do go live, you'll get
a notification.
notification saying, "Hey, these guys are on," and
Right.
you can come join us if you'd like.
And yeah, we're just trying to broaden our horizons a little bit.
Get more involvement from you guys who listen to us every couple weeks when we post a new episode.
And we're still looking for some kind of camera because we want to record our hunts.
Yes.
I mean, our rifles do,
Yep.
but
Having that like third person view
yeah,
of what's going on. Then
not so much. And then when you start putting rifle scope videos on different
platforms.
social medias, and they don't like it. You know, they think we're terrorists. We're not. We're just country boys that shoot coyotes.
Yeah.
So go to YouTube,
Yes. Subscribe.
and we're on Facebook as One Predator. We're gonna get set up to do those live. I think we're just trying to get a little more interaction out of the people that we
Out of our audience.
right.
We want to,
What do you want to see? What do you want us to talk about? What
Right.
do you ask us questions?
Yes. We got our first fan mail from.
Oh yeah, you do that.
Through the the podcast web hosting website. Oh my goodness, words are hard. The podcast website host that I use. There's a thing called fan mail. You can see it right at the top of the description of all of our episodes.
I did see that. I
It
looked
says,
for it.
Send us a text message.
Yep.
I got the first ones today. A guy was responding to the last episode that posted today, actually, about Tony trying to sell us stuff. He uses the Pard Thermal IR combo scope. He says he loves it. It's super easy to switch between thermal and IR with the picture-in-picture.
I gotta go look through one of them.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, Tony's got one. Tony did text me today. He was upset. He was like, "Oh, so all I do is sell you stuff, huh?" He
didn't say nothing to me about it.
Right. I know he texted me. I can show you. And like I said, all of us, I listen to our podcasts all the time. I'm in them, and I'm only halfway through the one that posted last night. But they all listen. You know, all the guys listen, so he'll hear it. But we're not. You know, you're so sensitive, Tony the gun guy, Mr. Sensitive.
Oh,
We care about your feelings. Don't be upset.
We
yes,
love you, Tony.
You do try to sell us stuff.
It's his job.
Right. I don't know why he took offense to it. But anyway.
All right. Anything else?
No, I just wanted to, put...
Yeah, no, that's a good point to make.
Right,
Yep.
like...
subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah, I want to do that.
When we do the lives, it'll send you a notification. Hit us up on the One Predator Facebook page, because when we do the lives on there, I'm sure it'll send out a notification to
I'm
those who
giving
follow
you
us.
an open invite to my kitchen.
Yeah. We'll have some video up.
Yeah, we could show some furs. We got furs. We got lots of furs.
I bring my Bobcat down.
Right. We got, whatever. We're working on getting some guests. We want to bring Steve back. Steve is super busy with his fishing tournaments. Mm-hmm. He's doing awesome.
Yep.
So he's like driving real far trying to get to these lakes and
He
stuff.
got invited to a pro-am, right?
Yeah. So, Steve got invited by a pro angler.
Yeah.
To do in Lake Ontario. He called me right after it happened.
Yeah.
It was 11 o'clock at night.
I'm sure
he was working.
Super excited.
He was like, I gotta tell someone. And I was laying in bed. And I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, I got invited by a pro angler. Nice. And that's awesome.
Good for him.
And he's like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want my partner to be upset. And
like, dude,
And I put it to him. I was like, listen, if Heath Baker, Randy Anderson, Rick, any of them, anybody called me and said, hey, you want to come hunt a tournament with me?
Yeah.
There'll be fire coming off my boots going out that door.
Yeah, right.
Like,
when,
I'm
when
going.
And where are we going?
Right. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So we're trying to get Steve back on here. We tried to give him tonight. I called him too late. He couldn't get here. Our fur girl we're going to get. It's going to happen. We're just... Scheduling. You know, it's tough because everybody is...
We'll have to do probably afternoon recording.
And my kids, we do this when my kids are sleeping. So otherwise my son will be yelling in the microphone. 'Cause he's a meathead. But, or we're going to have to record somewhere else.
Yeah. We can always do it at my house.
Right. Where we have some peace and quiet.
You can sit in the basement.
Yes. In the basement. But anyway. Yeah. We're on Facebook. One Predator.
Yep.
Send us messages there.
Yes.
YouTube, One Predator Hunts. TikTok, One Predator _. Is that how it is?
One Predator _ hunts.
I don't know.
Same as Instagram.
Same as Instagram.
We're not really posting there right now because we're out of season.
Yeah, we're not
TikTok
really
doesn't
doing
like our videos anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe more on Insta once the season fires up.
Yeah, that's why I'd be curious to know if anybody has any, questions or... This is your time.
Yeah.
This is your time to ask. But anyway.
Email onepredatorhunts@gmail.com.
Oh, that's right. We have an email too. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you check that? Is that like
occasionally? I mean, it's right here on my phone.
I mean, you could check it right now. Maybe we got some more fan mail. I'm real excited. What was that guy's? No?
No name. Nothing on One Predator Hunts.
Oh.
It didn't give a name. It gave part of his phone number, which I'm not going to say at all, but he was from Moberly, Missouri.
Yeah.
Thank you for your message.
Yep, we got it.
We got it. I can't respond to you from here for some reason. I don't know if that's like an option to even do, but we do appreciate the message.
Yeah. Yeah, first one.
Yeah.
Fan mail.
Fan mail.
We got mail. Got mail.
So, yeah, I guess that's it for
That's
now.
it. Thanks for listening to the One Predator podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one.